I haven't been this excited about a brand in a very, very long time. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to BootTube. I'm your favorite boot tuber slash flat earth advocate, Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my new favorite clothing brand, Wear Gustin. Now this is a brand that's been on my radar for several years now, but I've been primarily a boot guy over the years. That's no secret on this channel. With the boot scene, de facto comes the denim scene. You almost can't be into good boots without also being into good denim. Now, I waver on that quite a bit over the years. Bought some expensive denim, some Momotaro, some Japan Blue. There's a lot of fantastic denim companies out there. Blue Owl Workshop has been one of my favorite shops. They make it really accessible. Context Clothing, who has gone out of business, they were a phenomenal shop. Buying the raw denim, it's never really felt quite worth it to me to spend 300 bucks on a pair of heavy, super thick, super high ounce, super rigid denim just to sort of feel boxed in all the time. And talking to my buddy Nick and Jake in our recent podcast that we recorded on Jake's channel, Nick said something pretty revelatory. He said, you know, denim in and of itself just doesn't fit. It's just not an ideal fitting item. It might fit well during certain parts of the day, but give it time, due to its rigidity and lack of stretch, lack of give, there's going to be times throughout the day where it's a great fit. There's going to be times throughout the day where it's a terrible fit. Let's take me, for example. I'm wearing my Momotaro selvage denim, and the only reason I can wear them right now is because I've been losing some weight. I've been walking, trying to hit 15,000 steps a day and severely restricting my diet. So I'm able to finally wear my Momotaros comfortably again. But that all said, Wear Gustin, they have an incredible business model, because a few things that they do differently compared to other brands is they limit the amount of risk to themselves by doing sort of a crowd-sourcing, crowd-funding business model. So it does put a little bit more risk onto the consumer as far as returns go. As far as I know, you can return stuff in exchange for store credit, but if you're going to invest in a project, you kind of have to take a risk on your size. But that said, buying Momotaro, you're taking a risk. I've bought Momotaro from Blue Owl Workshop, for example. My first pair, the sizing was off. I think they were too small. So I exchanged them, and they didn't have a size, my proper size at the time. I think they did store credit as well, if I'm not mistaken. There's another company, Blue and Green Soho, that I bought a pair of samurai jeans from them. They didn't fit. I sent them back, and I had to basically convince them after weeks of talking to them. Like, hey, they had no idea when their next batch of samurai jeans were going to get in. For that reason, they couldn't give me any indication, and I was out $350. I'm like, can you just refund me? Like, I sent you the jeans back, can you just refund me? Finally, they refunded me, but it was like, that's a risk in and of itself. So even going through these boutique stores, it's still a risk ordering online, no matter what. Now, that said, Gustin has been designing premium menswear for over 8 years. They approach things much differently than standard retailers, utilizing crowdsourcing to create supply and demand for every product that they make. Provides 2 incredible benefits: zero waste and lower costs to the consumer. Gustin recently launched their featured stock program for available products, which is not something that you have to crowdsource. You can actually just go onto Wear Gustin and buy this stuff. And so for that reason, that's what I did with this pair of black denim and these shirts. By reducing the risk on the company, you get to pay a lower price. Usually, by what I'm seeing, probably about 30% less. So for example, a pair of pure blue Japan or Japan blue denim or Momotaro or Samurai, you're talking north 200s, high 200s, $300 range, right? Their Gustin denim is going to land in the low $100 range. That's right. So I opted for these BlackXBlack stretch denims. I think you say it black times black. Anyways, they're double black. Double black stretch, number 286. And for reference, I normally buy a size 32 in most J. Crew, most standard retailers. I buy a size 32. Now that is vanity sizing. That's actually sized to a size 34-inch waist. Now that I have slimmed down a little bit, I think I'm now more properly fitting in a size 31 vanity sized. The Wear Gustin denim, just like most of the denim that you probably already know, the high-end boutique selvage denim, they're not vanity size. They're true to size, meaning if I'm a 32, I'm going to want to opt for the size 34. Now, because these are stretch, and because I lost some weight, I opted for the size 33s, and the fit is perfect. They were a little tight when I first put them on, but after walking around in them for literally like 10 seconds, like literally just taking a stroll, they were already like a perfect fit. So that's kind of what you want. You want it just a little crisp, a little snug when you first put them on, and then as soon as you start walking, they immediately start to break in and form to your body shape. This is a super dark black on black composition with the comfort of stretch. This selvage from Japan is a must own. Don't miss today's special value. We've explored the world of double black denim a lot now, ranging from lightweight all the way up to 23-ounce monsters. It's a tough-looking composition that presents an amazing alternative to traditional blue denim. This one gives you that same great look with a much-deserved touch of comfort. It starts with a jet black warp and weft. This is as dark as it gets. You can detect nice slubbiness to the yarns that produce a subtle vertical grain. The wear-in is sweet as it gets down to charcoal, where the grain starts to make a more prominent appearance. At 12 ounces, it's a solid all-around weight. This is dark denim that you can wear well on day one. So this is number 286, Japan Selvage 12 ounce. We've got 97% cotton, 3% I assume elastane, and a red ID. Raw tonal stitching, black patch, custom hardware, hand-stamped leather patch. Available in straight, slim, and skinny fits. I normally trend towards the slim. Cut and sewn in California. So one thing that Gustin, in talking to them, that they really wanted me to emphasize was that the approach that Gustin takes compared to standard retailers, utilizing crowdsourcing to create supply and demand for every product they make, produces less waste than standard manufacturing, wholesale pricing for the customer, and it allows them to bring more products to the market. Now, one thing in working with them, I got their vintage heavyweight oatmeal t-shirt 2-pack, which is about $60, and they're the best t-shirts I've ever worn. For a 2-pack, that's basically $30 a shirt. I've talked about these in other videos. They fit so well, they're sturdy, they don't stretch a lot. They do stretch, but they're like, it's a robust stretch, you know what I mean? It's a manly stretch. So they say, meet the ultimate old school heavyweight t-shirt. We call it the vintage heavyweight. It's not our first burly retro t-shirt, but it just might be our best. A true American icon that will transport you back in all the right ways. This new version gets an even bigger weight. Our special veg tan leather label treatment, spot on vintage feel and modern fit. Best of all, we offer a value you won't find anywhere else, and accelerated delivery, the vintage heavyweight t-shirt. If you've ever stumbled on a thrift store with great vintage t-shirts, you'll notice they tend to have a different feel than a lot of what you see in the t-shirt world today. The weight and the hand have a certain toughness and honesty that sometimes gets lost in modern examples. As raw denim fans, we've never shied away from the challenge of developing over time of earning that softness. This is what drove us to make our new heavy t-shirt. We wanted to capture the spirit of the tougher t-shirts of earlier days. Fabric is the star. We use an extra burly 8-ounce cotton. It's old school, heavy and dense, and you feel the substance this shirt has the second you touch it. The hand feel is also very different. It starts off with a touch of coarseness. You have to earn your comfort like raw denim, but over time it develops into that wonderful blend of weight and suppleness. As with our heavyweight sweatshirt, we let the fabric creator also handle sewing duties to create the quality you have come to expect from us. We start with double stitch binging around the neck. The shoulders are taped, which adds comfort to the construction but provides an extra touch of structure to the garment. Double needle hems finish the sleeves and bottom. The finishing touches are high quality veg tan leather patches. A large format patch goes inside the collar. A small square goes on the bottom hem. Each will age uniquely over time. This is a t-shirt to take pride in. These tees have a relaxed, more old school fit. This garment is dyed in small batches. Color variations are to be expected and can vary in tone or hue from batch to batch. We've got 99% cotton, 1% polyester, 8 ounces, pre-washed, made in Canada. It's a crew neck fit. And for sizing, I normally vacillate between small and extra small. I bought these in an extra small, and the fit is chef's kiss. I loved them so much that I went for the heavyweight vintage t-shirt 2-pack in heather gray as well, which I'm wearing right now. So boom, just incredible. And I love the leather patch on the inside. It's so cool. After getting these products in, I decided to back several other campaigns that they're running. So I still haven't gotten them yet. I'm not sure that they've all been fully funded just yet. I think one of the projects did. I think I backed 3 projects. But yeah, just to go over their current projects, yeah, they've got the 424 Moleskin Stretch 5-pocket black, 99% funded. They've got a Moleskin Stretch 5-pocket Heather Gray, 99% funded, $139. Again, you'd be paying $250 probably at other retailers. They got Beast Duck 5-pocket in tobacco, $109. Japan Shadow Sekiori, $129. Moleskin Stretch 5-pocket gold khaki, $139. Midnight Gray Selvage, those are beautiful, $119. You can see like a lot of their projects are almost fully funded, and you just hop on. Yeah, you'll have to wait a little. You might have to wait a few weeks, maybe a couple months for some of these projects to get fully funded, but you're not going to lose your money, sort of a thing. Ooh, they have Indigo Monsters Sashiko 5 pockets. That is some incredible fabric there. $109. Rainbow Selvage, $129. Herringbone Denim. Diamond Quilt 5-pocket Indigo. Japan Heavy Moleskin 5-pocket Gold Camel. They're doing Tweed, Rust Multi Herringbone, $199. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I backed some of their t-shirt campaigns. Oh yeah, the Olive Drab t-shirt, pretty sure I backed those. Oh, they do field jackets, Waxed Army Green, wow. Yeah, I backed some of their sweatshirt projects. I'm not seeing them on the site anymore, but they're raw indigo dyed sweatshirts. In a lot of my videos, you might see me wearing the same dark blue indigo dyed t-shirt. I got that from J. Crew. That was originally an $80 t-shirt, but they went on mega sale, and I ended up buying 8 of them because they were my favorite t-shirt at the time. So I have 8. That's why in a lot of my videos, that's just what I'm wearing. It's just the indigo has such a vibrancy that it really is just so beautiful, and the fit is really good, and it's stretchy, and it lets me breathe. I'm not the type for button-ups. I know a lot of my friends, they're into button-ups. I just don't like button-ups personally. Gustin has a lot of really good looking button-ups, button-up shirt campaigns. For me, I like a shirt not to be too stuffy. It's kind of why I had an aversion to denim for so long, is because it's kind of stuffy, right? Especially the non-stretch denim. So I just like my upper body, my upper torso to feel like I could move freely throughout the day, and I feel like a button-up shirt just kind of constricts that a little bit. But that said, if button-ups are your jam, then they've got a lot of good ones on this site. Not to mention, for me, it's always been hard to get the right button-up that isn't baggy, especially in the abdomen area. I've always had a real hard time finding button-ups. You know, you see pictures of the models, and their button-ups are always perfectly tailored, and they look rail thin, but whenever I buy the same button-up they're wearing, it's like, it adds like 10 pounds to my silhouette, and that's why I don't normally do button-ups. With a t-shirt, it's much easier to get that sort of desired shape that I'm going for. In terms of comfort and vanity, I'll admit, I normally lean more into Henleys and t-shirts, crew necks, than I do button-up stuff. Yeah, let's talk about these denims a little bit. Full disclosure, I do have cats. It is impossible to keep cat hair off these, so my apologies, but these denims are amazing. Sewn in California, the fit is slim, and the number is 116699. So there's two 69s in there for obvious reasons. So yeah, all the rivets are hand-branded Wear Gustin rivets. I believe they're nickel, and they've all got G's on the opposite side for Gustin on the inside. An amazing selvage ID here, red in there. It's got like, it's just got a really cool, like, sinister look about it. Not that that's my vibe, but it's an aggressive vibe, which I can get behind. And then my favorite thing to do is always to turn I love to turn the pant leg inside out and get a look at that selvage ID that runs the entire length of the pant. Now, I did not get these hemmed. I think I had to cuff it 3 times. I am short. I'm 5'8", so I probably won't need to get these hemmed, just because I am happy with how they've cuffed up. And one thing I noticed is there's a belt loop with the selvage ID on it. That is awesome. Not all of them have that. Yeah, just the one on the rear lateral right buttock side. The button fly has the selvage ID on it, so super cool. And the button fly buttons say Gustin quality garments on each of them. That is awesome. So yeah, I think there is some polyester in these. I think it's not elastane, I think it's polyester. We've got a black veg tan leather patch on the back. I wear these with my Stitchdown Patina Thunderdome pair, my iron boots in Grigio shell cordovan. And the look of those beautiful gray grail boots against this black is just amazing. And so I could wear my gray belt from Nobleman's Apothecary to match the boots, or I'll throw on a black belt with the Grigio shell because the black belt matches the trousers. So I'm very excited about this year's Thunderdome. I actually ran a poll on my Instagram because I was between doing my brown shell iron boots and my Grigio shell iron boots, and thank you to all who voted because you convinced me against my better judgment to go for the Grigio. And I'll be doing a separate video on those. I'm really honored to have gotten to collaborate with the guys at Iron Boots on that project for the triple shell cordovan run. That was amazing. I saw Cheng at the Stitchdown boot camp this past weekend, and what an amazing event. I have to say, it was such a good time. I'll include some of the footage from that in this video. I got to see my buddy Eli from Panama. I got to see Ticho. I got to see Ben. I got to see Ken of Vintage Shoes Forever. I hung out with him a lot last year. He's just an amazing guy. I got to see my buddy Pablo from DMAR Shoe Repair. I got to see Kevin of Caswell Boots. I got to see new makers, including Dave at Old Speed Bootmakers, who I'm going to be reviewing a pair of his boots soon. I got to see one of my favorite customers, Cameron, for whom I made the most badass Tochigi veg tan leather expedition backpack for. I got to see Wyatt and his wife again, Christian of Christian Daniel Boots, Dennis of Custom Craft Bootmaker. I got to see the Horween team. I got to see Nick Horween for the first time ever. I got to hang out and talk to him for a little while. I saw Phil of Ashland Leather from a distance. I creepily took his picture, but unfortunately I did not get to actually meet him. I really wanted to meet him. I was only able to go there for one day. Next year I'm going to plan it better. I'm going to do both days because I was there from probably 10 to 5, and man, that time just flew by. I got to hang out with John Bristow of the Happiness Carpenter. Man, it was overwhelming, honestly, the amount of awesome that was just crammed into a few hours. Seriously, like, it went by, it was a blur. To all you boot nuts who are considering going, or maybe not thinking, like, should I commit to a weekend in New York City? I get it. You know, we have families, we have jobs, we have lives and everything, but it truly is a wonderful event. I can't say enough good things about it. Ben at Stitchdown is doing just something amazing, wonderful, putting all this together. I can't imagine the amount of work it takes to put everything together. And Ben, the whole time he's there, he's just in the zone. He's going, he's saying hi to people. I feel bad for him. I can only imagine the amount of work that goes into that. But he's dedicated. He's doing something really good. He puts on a really good event. So I gotta say, I gotta urge the community next year, let's all get out there and let's nerd out and geek out together. Like I said, I'm gonna include footage and all the photos I took. It was just magical meeting everybody again. I wish it was more than once a year. In fact, I'm already looking forward to next year. So yeah, soon as tickets go up next year, I'm hopping on them, and I'm gonna make hotel reservations and everything, because it's just that good. It's a magical event is what it is. My buddy Nick at Stridewise was there. We got to pal around. Sandeep of Blackbird Shoes was there. Yeah, a lot of my favorite makers. And also, I also have another exciting announcement. Vince at Truman has been gracious enough to give me my own Truman Boots promo code. They just started their own loyalty program, so get on that. If you've bought, I can't remember the specifics, but if you've spent a lot of money with them so far, you might qualify for like 10% off, 15% off, 20% off, 25% off. If you're not on the loyalty program yet, Vince has given me my own promo code. Just put in the code DALE for 10% off. Click the link in the description below and go shop around at Truman Boots. Vince has been able to grow his operation large enough to be able to start to do a loyalty program now, which I just love to see. I think 60% of his customers are return customers now. So this community is wonderful. We support each other. We all have each other's backs. For Truman Boots, I'll leave a link. It'll be one of the top links in the description below. Code DALE, 10% off, baby. Also, I will leave links to the Wear Gustin site in the description below, so go shop around, check them out. I think they're an amazing company bringing you unreal prices. Seriously, you are saving probably 40, I don't want to say 50%, but you're saving probably close to 50% on everything you buy from this store. It's all top tier premium quality items, and the only downside is sometimes you have to wait probably a couple months for your item, but it's such a deal, such an amazing store, and I'm glad they exist. They also have accessories. They have a Horween tote in natural chrome excel. That's actually in stock and ready to ship. Alright, anyways, with that, I will shut it down. Thanks so much for watching, guys. To all you round earthers that I may have offended in this video, I'm sorry, but if you've been seeing the moon lately, you see how big it is lately. Clearly a hologram. I'm sorry. The globe model that you've been sold in school has all just been propaganda. The earth is as flat. The earth is as flat as this flat welt right here, as you can see on these shrunken bison Truman boots. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. End of transmission.